Hey guys, Robbie Webster here. It's time for another Blu-ray and DVD collection update, and this time I'm going to definitely try to make it a little bit shorter because a lot of people complained that it was too long last time. That was just the result of me not watching movies for such a long time, and then I just tried to pack in as much stuff as I could all at once, so I ended up having a 45-minute video. This one should be shorter, so let's get started. The first thing I have here is Star Trek The Next Generation, The Next Level on Blu-ray. This is an awesome thing. If you're a Star Trek fan, I think you definitely should pick this up. It's just a preview of what the remastered episodes of Star Trek The Next Generation are going to look like on Blu-ray. And the first season is going to be coming out later on this year. I'm not sure when. But it has three episodes: Encounters at Farpoint, which is the pilot episode; Sins of the Father, which is an awesome episode that focuses on Worf and his family; and The Inner Light, which is one of my favorite. It's probably in my top 10 favorite TNG episodes. It's about Captain Picard, and I'm probably going to do a video all about this set. And if I do so, that will be uploaded before this, so you can click right here and see that video. If it's not there, if I don't get around to doing this video, then I'm sorry. I've just been really busy, and that's why there's no video right there. So yeah, $15. You can pick it up at Target, Best Buy, any retailer, or on Amazon.com. It's definitely worth 15 bucks if you're a Star Trek fan. It looks absolutely amazing. The next thing I got here, this is definitely, I know I just got it, but it's probably the favorite thing that I have in my collection, period. It's one of the most valuable things I have, and it's probably the best bargain that I've ever had on any Blu-ray or DVD, and it's the Criterion Collection box set, Wrong Men and Notorious Women, 5 Hitchcock thrillers from 1935 to 1946. And this is something that's very valuable. It's probably worth around, well, I'm just guessing right now. I don't know for sure, but I'm guessing around $200. That's probably what it goes for online. I actually got this for 60 bucks at a thrift store. So I think that's an awesome price. And let me show you what's inside of it. First we have Notorious, which is an awesome movie. It's just amazing. And I also have, oh wait, I'll show you that later. Yeah, so this is a great movie. I just watched this one this month, and it's about this woman that she ends up meeting this FBI agent, I believe, and they're recruited to kind of infiltrate this group of Nazis that has like these plans to do some bad stuff. I don't want to get too much more into it. I did watch this about a month ago, so I'm trying to remember everything about it. And I always forget actresses' names, so especially the older ones, because obviously they're not around anymore, or they're not making films anymore, and it's just not in my everyday vocabulary. But this one was absolutely amazing. The next one here, this one I still have to see, and I will talk about it more next month because I also have the Blu-ray, which was just released. But I have to watch it. I didn't get it. I wasn't able to see it before filming this update. But it's the film Spellbound. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that. Just this DVD alone is worth like $40. These are all out of print. So you can see it's awesome Criterion Collection. This is just one of the coolest things I have in my collection. And then the next thing here, this is one that I've been trying to get by itself forever, and you just can't find it for a good price. It's like $50, $60 to get it in good condition, and there's a lot of bootlegs out there too. It's Rebecca, the Criterion Collection, and let me open this up and show you inside. Got the booklet there and the second disc. This is an awesome movie. I watched this movie and reviewed it several updates ago, well, actually months ago, probably 6 months ago. This is an amazing movie. Definitely check out that review because I haven't watched it in so long and I don't really want to talk about it. And the next thing I got here, this one I did watch this month. It's The 39 Steps, and this is about a guy that's falsely accused of murdering this woman, and he's being chased by the police, and he's basically just trying to clear his name. And this was really good, and this was a really, really early film for Alfred Hitchcock, and I really enjoyed it. So check that one out if you haven't seen it. And then the last member of this set is one that I actually already have on Criterion, so I'm going to give this to my mom. It's The Lady Vanishes, which is awesome, and this is still sealed. The 39 Steps was still sealed as well, but I wanted to watch it, so I opened it up. This one is about a woman that's... A woman, a man, and an older woman are riding on this train, and the older woman just disappears, and everyone's telling her, oh, like, they don't believe her that this woman even existed, and they're just trying to figure out what happened to her, where'd she go. So, yeah, if you haven't seen any of these films, these are awesome films, Criterion Collections. I can't believe I got them for $60. That's just over $10 each, and I mean, that's like the best deal I've ever gotten. It's amazing. And my mom will really enjoy watching The Lady Vanishes on Criterion. And then I also have this, which I just got probably about a week before Christmas. This came in the mail, and I finally got around to watching it again, and I just talked about it. It's The Lady Vanishes Criterion Blu-ray. So, very excited to have this in my collection as well. And I am trying to, right now, collect every edition of every Alfred Hitchcock film. So I eventually want to have a whole section of my collection that's just Alfred Hitchcock. That's why you're going to see the same movies in different editions. So I already have all the editions of this film as far as I know. Actually, there's one that's in a snapcase that I don't have, so I'm trying to find that too. But that one's not too expensive. It's just that those snapcases tend to get beat up, and it's hard to get one in good condition. And then here's Notorious again, which I already talked about a little bit, and I can tell you the names of the actors now because I have them in front of me and they're coming back to my mind. Cary Grant and Ingrid Bergman, and they did a great job in this film. I really liked it. And it's hard for me to talk about Alfred Hitchcock's films without giving away too much because there's a lot of twists and turns that you just don't expect. And it's hard to tell this whole story without giving away something that you want someone to be surprised by. So yeah, these Blu-rays look really, really good. So I actually didn't watch the film on the Criterion. I watched it on the Blu-ray. I don't know if that was a good idea or not, but yeah, I'm guessing that there's not, since MGM is releasing these Blu-rays, that there's probably not going to be a Criterion Blu-ray release, but I could be wrong. And the next one I got, here's another movie that I just showed, Rebecca on Blu-ray. And this one just came out as well. And another one that came out right here is Spellbound, but I still have to watch it so I can talk about it. So, yeah, I got all three of those. And there's another Blu-ray coming out soon. I think it's To Catch a Thief, but I'm not sure. And I haven't seen that one yet either. But when it comes out, I already pre-ordered it, so I'll watch it. And then the next thing I got here is one that someone sent to me in the mail, which I showed in a recent package opening video, which you can check out right here. It's Justified, Season 1. And this show is just awesome. I really love it. And oh, I actually got Season 2 because, I mean, I know I'm not supposed to be buying movies, but I won't lie. I actually have bought a few things because I just couldn't resist. After watching the first season, it was so good, and the second season was just coming out. I had to get it and see what was going to happen. And now I really want to watch the third season, but I'm having trouble catching the episodes when they're on TV, so I'll probably end up waiting for the third season to come out on Blu-ray as well. But this is just an awesome show. If you like westerns, if you like crime dramas, this stuff is like a mixture of the two. It's got an awesome gunslinger as the main character, and it's got a cool bad guy. Well, he's kind of a bad guy, but you kind of root for him too. So that's I always like it when they do that in TV shows and movies. Definitely check this show out if you haven't seen it yet. I'm pretty sure that it's probably on Netflix by now. I mean, we're already in the third season. They probably at least have the first season on Netflix. But I haven't checked because I own them, obviously. And the next thing I've got here, this is a show that I kind of like watching every once in a while when it's on TV. And I probably wouldn't have ever bought it, but it was on sale for $7.99, so I picked it up at Target. It's the complete first season of Hoarders. And this show is just a show about people that have this basically it's a disorder. They can't stop accumulating things. A lot of times you see episodes of these and people will have like old food that's like 10 years old and they just can't throw it away. They're like emotionally attached to it. It's kind of crazy. I thought I was a bad hoarder with all the movies and stuff that I buy, but definitely not like these guys. And I actually don't have any problem getting rid of things if I don't want them anymore. The next thing I've got here, this is a show that I used to really like when I was a kid, but watching it now as an adult, it's just not there for me anymore. I think it's really super corny. I mean, certain parts of it I like just because they remind me of my childhood, but the rest of it's just really corny and it's not that great. But I'm glad I have it anyways. It's Hey Dude Season 1, and this is one of the Shout Factory releases. They do a great job with their releases, especially these Nickelodeon series. As you can see, there's like good interior artwork on every release. They use these clear cases. I have a few others that I've already shown of these, and I can't wait to get the rest of like the Hey Arnold and the Rocket Power and stuff like that. Angry Beavers. Actually, I don't have Rocket Power. I don't know if they've released that or not. Next thing I've got here, I'm sorry if I'm going really too fast, but I really don't want this to be a long video because I had so much trouble uploading it the last time. The next one I've got is Psycho, the 50th Anniversary Edition Blu-ray, and you can check out a recent update of mine to see my review of this film. This is an absolutely amazing movie. I loved it. It's an iconic film. It was probably like jaw-dropping when it came out. It's just stuff that happens in this had never happened in a film before. It's about this one. Well, basically the movie starts off and you're thinking that this woman is like the main character, but some things happen and the focus of the film shifts to another character, and it's kind of really different, and it's probably something that never happened until this movie came out. I believe it came out in like 1960, but I don't see the... Oh yeah, 1960, what did come out. But yeah, this was really good. I definitely recommend checking this out. It's kind of scary and it's a great thriller. The next thing I got here, this is one that I just recently did an unpackaging video of, and you can check that out right here. It's Hannah on Blu-ray Steelbook. Absolutely awesome movie. It was my favorite movie of the summer, starring Saoirse Ronan, Eric Bana, and Kate Blanchett. And you know what? I'll also put a link up there to my review of the film. I did a review when I saw it in the theater because I liked it so much. And I love this release. And by the way, I was going to use this this code right here. I can't use it because it's only good in Canada. So if you're in Canada, go ahead and use it. I don't know if you can see it well enough, but yeah, you can pause the video and try to see it. But it's got some great internal artwork. It's got Kate Blanchett right here, and underneath of this, it has Eric Bana. But you can see that more up close in the unpackaging video. And the next thing I've got here is the first Terminator film, which is something I've been wanting for quite a while. And someone actually offered to trade me The Hangover 2 for this film, and I told them I would do it, but I totally forgot about it. And then I didn't remember until I actually saw this in the store, and it was only $5. So I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to trade a movie that just came out for this. So I bought it for $5. And I mean, if anybody wants Hangover 2, I don't like it, I'll trade it to you for something. Let me know. Sorry to the guy who offered me Terminator for that. I really did mean to get back to you, but I totally forgot. But this is just an awesome release. I love the slipcase, and it's got a different cover on the inside, a more simple cover. So now I have I have all the Terminator films that I like, which means I have all of them except for the third one. I really don't care for that movie. The next Blu-ray I've got here, this one Hannah and I just watched the other night, and we had already seen it when it came out in theaters, and we really liked it. It's The Pursuit of Happiness, starring Will Smith and his son, what's his son's name again? And it's got Sandy Newton, who's in a lot of Will Smith's movies. Trying to see his name. They don't have his name on the back for some reason. Jaden Smith. Okay, that was his name. I think it's the same kid that played the Karate Kid in the remade Karate Kid movie. But this movie is really good movie. It's like a tearjerker, and it has an uplifting like story. It'll make you happy. It'll make you cry. I really like it a lot. Definitely recommend seeing it. It's about a man who's just trying to take care of his son after his wife leaves. He's done all sorts of things to try to make money, and now he's trying to he's taking an internship which doesn't pay to try to get into a new business to become a stockbroker, and he's just really struggling. It shows like his struggle and like the massive amount of work that he puts into just changing his life, and it's awesome and very encouraging. So I recommend checking that out if you haven't seen it. And Will Smith's acting is amazing in this. I really enjoyed this movie. Next thing I've got here is a TV series, which I bought on Black Friday, but I haven't had a chance to show yet. It's the complete series of King of Queens, and I really wanted to get the set that came in the IPS truck. That was awesome, but I just can't find it. Every time I find it for a good price, it's beat up, and you don't want something that nice to be dinged up in any way. So I bought this on Black Friday. It was only $18.99 for the entire series. It's got 27 discs. They basically repackaged, I think, the individual season sets into this box set. I really like this. It's a really cheapo version of it, I guess. Like, it saved them a lot of money, but they have really good artwork on the inside. You can see there's Spence, and for some reason I'm having trouble remembering his name, but it's his brother. I'm pretty sure it's his brother or his brother-in-law. And then here's Jerry Stiller and the main actors right there. And then on the inside you can see their house, which is cool. I'm kind of surprised that they don't have some of the other characters that were more prominent in the film. I'm blanking on the names right now because I'm trying to get through this video. But yeah, I'm surprised that they don't have other characters on this packaging, but I am really happy for $18.99 to get the whole series. And you know what? I've gotten some hate for liking this series. Someone posted something. Well, you know what? I'm not even going to get into it. But basically, a big-time YouTuber rips me apart for saying that I liked the show King of Queens. He said that I was an idiot. He said I was an effing idiot. He did it like in a very public way, and it really kind of hurt my feelings. But whatever. I guess watching their videos, that's all they do is curse, and they can't be funny without swearing. I mean, that shows a lack of intelligence, in my opinion. The next thing I got here's another copy of Notorious, so that's 3 different copies of this movie, because I'm trying to collect all of the editions. So there's that. I already talked about that. And here's another Alfred Hitchcock film which I haven't talked about. It's very good movie. It's shot very differently. It's Jimmy Stewart starring in Rope, and I have 2 different editions of this film as well. And I believe these are the only 2 that I really care to collect, so unless they come out with a Criterion. So for right now, these are the 2 main editions. I've been trying to get this one for so long. Every time I order it, it's the Canadian version, and it says Lay Rope on the side. Seriously? You have to put those 2 letters in front of it? I want the American edition, just because when I put it on the shelf, it's going to look weird having the French words on there. But this movie is really good. It's about these 2 guys that basically want to commit a murder just for the sake of committing a murder and trying to cover it up. And then on top of that, they hide the body in this chest and they throw a party. And I'm not giving anything away because the murder already happened before the movie even starts. All you hear is a scream and the person's murdered. So they're basically trying to keep it a secret, but they have a party. They throw a party and they serve the food on top of this chest that the body is in, that they just murdered. So it's kind of crazy, and it was a really good movie, and it wasn't very long at all. So I mean, if you want something quick to watch, definitely check this out. I thought it was really, really well done. And then right here's another Alfred Hitchcock film which I talked about a few months ago. It's Saboteur. It's about this guy who gets accused of sabotaging this airfield, I believe. This airfield goes up in flames, and he's accused of doing it. So he's kind of like running from the authorities and trying to prove his innocence at the same time. I thought this was really good, and I have another edition of this, so I just wanted to get a different edition. And I think that's it for the Alfred Hitchcock films for this month. I had quite a few of them. But this next one I have here is one that I had heard the name, but I had no clue what it was, and my friend watched it and he told me, you need to check this out. I really liked it. And it's Grosse Pointe Blank, starring John Cusack, Minnie Driver, and Dan Aykroyd, and I really like this movie. And I don't know if a lot of people will like it, but I really did. I thought it was great. I don't like the cover here because it doesn't really tell you what the movie is about, but it's about John Cusack's character, who is a hired assassin, and he gets hired to do this job in his hometown that he grew up in, and it's around the same time that they're having this reunion for his class, for his graduating class. So he kind of is taking the chance to go back to his. It's like a comedy slash action movie. It has some awesome action. And the thing that I love the most about it is that he keeps running into his old friends, and they ask him, "Wayne, what are you doing with your life?" And he always says, "Oh, I'm a hired killer. I'm here on a job or whatever." And he's being completely honest, but people like just take it as it's a joke, and it's just really funny. And I just really like this movie. And Dan Aykroyd's character, Dan Aykroyd plays kind of the bad guy in the movie, and I really liked him as well. Very funny movie, very good action. It was a great action comedy. Definitely check that out. The next one I've got here is City by the Sea, starring Robert De Niro and Frances McDormand and James Franco. And I wasn't sure what to expect from this. This has actually been sitting in my queue for probably a year and a half. I bought it for $2 used, and I just never got around to watching it. But I really liked it. It's about James Franco's character is like this drug addict that he gets high and he goes out with another guy, and they're both using drugs, and they're trying to find this dealer to buy drugs from him, but they don't have any money. So James Franco's friend goes up to the car and tells him he tells him how much drugs they want, and the guy hands him it, and he's like, "Okay, we'll pay you next week." And the drug dealer's obviously not going to go for that, so he pulls out a knife, I believe, and starts attacking the guy. And James Franco is basically just wandering around in the rain while this is happening because he's so high on drugs. And the dealer ends up stumbling into him, and James Franco ends up stabbing him with his own knife. So Robert De Niro plays this cop, and he's like investigating the thing. And I almost just gave away something really important, but I won't say anything else about the movie. Just check it out. If you like Robert De Niro, this is really good. And one little side note about this that has absolutely nothing to do with the movie or it being good or anything, but I really like seeing, is that Robert De Niro in his apartment in this movie, they show his VHS collection on the shelf, and I thought that was really cool to see. You just never see that in movies. The only other movie I can think of where they really show that is in Hot Fuzz, when you see the DVD collection and of the one police officer. I'm trying to think of the guy's name, but I can't think of it right now. But anyways, check this out. It's really underrated, and Ebert and Roper gave it 2 thumbs up, so it must be good. The next one I've got here is a childhood favorite of mine. It's Flight of the Navigator. Awesome Disney movie that I used to watch this all the time on TV when I was a kid. I remember it would come on Sundays, and I'd watch it. But this is the first time that I actually saw it on a TV where it wasn't all fuzzy, so it was kind of different for me. I never saw it in theaters or anything as a kid, but it's about this kid that he goes out in the woods to find his little brother, and he disappears. And what had happened was he was picked up by this alien ship and taken to the future. So when he comes out of the woods, all of a sudden his parents are really old, his brother way older than him. It's really cool, and it's about him just trying to get back to his own time, and it's about the alien ship trying to be able to go home, because what happened is they were damaged and they lost all of their navigational controls or whatever, and in an emergency situation, I guess they downloaded it into his brain, so they're using the kid. I don't know, it's a crazy story. Really fun movie. It's a great kids movie. I heard they were going to remake this, but I really hope they don't, because I really love the original. The next one I've got here is a movie called October Sky, starring Jake Gyllenhaal. And this is a movie about this kid in the 1950s. He lived in this coal mining town where basically you had a few of the kids each year would get a football scholarship, and all the rest would go work in the coal mines. And working in the coal mines is very dangerous, and most people would die very young doing that profession. So basically Jake Gyllenhaal's character, he's like a senior in high school or something like that, maybe a junior or something. But he starts to get interested in building rockets. So he starts just trying to build rockets with a couple of his friends. And that's what the movie's about. It's him trying to get into this rocket science to find a way into another life, like a different life. Because he feels like everyone that lives here feels like, you know, they don't have any option. They're going to end up working in the coal mine. So yeah, this was a really good movie. I was really surprised at how good it was. I wasn't expecting it to be that good. But I recommend that if you haven't seen it. Uh-oh. I just tipped over a big stack of Blu-rays. But they'll be okay. And then the next thing I've got here is City Heat, starring Burt Reynolds and Clint Eastwood. And this was just okay. It was like a film noir. like I don't know, like early film, action films about these cops that are trying to I don't know, I can't remember the whole story for this, but it wasn't that great. I just bought it because it was Clint Eastwood. I want to see all of his movies. And then the last things I have here are the Mad Max trilogy, which I don't really have to say much about because I think most people have seen at least the first Mad Max film. I thought this was pretty good. I've seen it before. Actually, I've seen the first one before, but I had never seen the sequels. The first one and the second one are good, and the third one is like, I don't know, it's kind of weird. I didn't like it too much. But it's like a post-apocalyptic movie where Mad Max, played by Mel Gibson, is this vigilante. Well, he's not a vigilante. He's like an authority, like a police authority, but in this world that's like overrun with outlaws and bandits and stuff. It's right along the lines of Waterworld and The Book of Eli, stuff like that, but this took place way before that. I thought this was really good. I think it's better than both of those movies, although I don't know, I don't really like The Book of Eli at all. But anyways, guys, that's it for my Blu-ray and DVD update for this month, and I hope you enjoyed watching it, and I hope it wasn't too long. So thanks for watching, guys.